Hello, I am Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs, back again with more Let's Learn Path of Exile. And as you can see, on another character, I have gained access finally to the Aspirants Plaza, the Ascendancy Challenge. Thank you for the information you guys helped provide to help me understand what was going on here. And I figure we'll give it a try. Why not? And if it goes south, then we'll just pick up where we left off, and that's all fine and good. I've tried it. Like I mentioned a couple of times here, I've got this other character I'm running, which is, I'm happy to say now on Merciless, just starting. Yeah, he's going to talk for a minute, but I'm going to talk right over him because I don't care. And I went back and finally got the last of these, and I take it that it hasn't always been the case that if you get access to the labyrinth on one character in the league, you get it on all the characters in that league, at least at that difficulty setting, because as I understand it, and certainly you can correct me if I'm wrong, they're different. Each, Merciless has its own ascendancy, or not ascendancy, its own trial or whatever, and each difficulty level has its own trial. So that's all good. I've only done it the one time with the other character. It wasn't terribly difficult, or didn't feel terribly difficult to me. But again, that character is doing the totem build, and does feel really, really strong. It's super annoying that guy's talking over me. Like, it's just so distracting having this voice in the background, just blah 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 blah. Sorry. So I've got to be careful here. This is kind of a cool thing. I do like this. I found it difficult is probably the wrong word. Just kind of there are certain parts of it when I tried it on my other character that felt a little frustrating. But at its core, it's kind of cool. I like it as an idea for advancement. It's nice to have these little additional components here. So let's see, what are we doing? Follow up on a couple of things. One of you mentioned, and I think absolutely correctly, that the helmet I was wearing before was I think the term was junk, and I don't disagree with that. This is the wrong way. I want to cut across here, and so I have replaced it with just another. I think it's a yellow even. I did a couple of changes. So I have this, which has, it wasn't great, but it's a temporary improvement, maybe. But it doesn't have really anything that's particularly useful for me. Evasion rating's nice, increased armor and evasion. We're going to keep our eye out for another helmet. I did have this drop in the other game, so I did go ahead and toss this over here. Feels like it's decent choice for this build. There may be other better choices, but it's a good place to start. I have not gotten, I know at least one person mentioned, also, thank you for the tip on A. That is nice. I like that for sure. I would like it if it actually raised the thing. Does it not raise it? I wonder why it's not raising my Spectre there. I'll figure it out soon. Let's turn that on. I had hatred on a moment ago. Also, I did get the note about the hatred not applying to my Spectres as well. And yeah, I'm keeping an eye out at this point for some other gear that I can do some big change up on. It's not for lack of paying attention. It's just no immediately evident gear wouldn't just have led to me losing something else that something else in the process. Stop hitting E, Sean. You're doing a bad job. We want E. E is on. Oh, that's what happened. I was trying to hit W. Okay. I had something I wanted to just kind of talk over a bit, because it was something that occurred to me as honestly as I was have been and continue to read all the feedback, which I genuinely appreciate, and like it's something I pay a lot of attention. Oh, this is scary as hell. Oh, where's my dash? All right, I gotta do dash consistently the same on all my characters. Okay, let me just... Nope, nope. Haha. Oh, this is locked. Crud. Is that one not running? There it is. Ugh. There we go. I'm going to have to pay attention here. There's a lot going on the screen. Let's see, I'm going to go up here. And around here. And we'll go kill these guys a bit. Okay. Is there a reason I can't have... Okay, I was just doing something wrong before. So it occurred to me as I was thinking and I was reading all the feedback and kind of thinking about how I would implement some of it, particularly sort of following up on the questions I had, which is, I think there's this interesting... It's not difference, it's not even dichotomy necessarily, but there's something interesting that's kind of occurred to me, which is sort of a principle of better than I was before versus purely and intelligently optimized. And I felt this as a player on, who really understands other games too, kind of watching beginners or even kind of mid-range players. Struggle's the wrong word, but deal with the curve. I am going to turn that guy down. I don't want to have... I realize I'm the one who clicked poem, so it's not their fault. Dialogue volume. You're just off for now. I'll never remember to turn that back on either. So what was I saying? Yeah, so this idea that was occurring to me was one in which I realized that a lot of the feedback and the guidance I was getting is obviously based on sort of expert level knowledge of the game. And knowledge of the mechanics and the interchanging systems of it, right? The way suddenly this whole hatred thing kind of shifts under me, the misunderstandings I've really had. And it doesn't look like I'm the only one out there had around, whether to what degree spell power is important in this kind of build, or if it even matters at all. What's funny, the part that struck me about that was, as a pure player, as a kind of an uninformed viewer of my own progress in a way, I didn't feel impacted by the mistakes I was making yet. And that doesn't mean that would never be a thing. But having learned some, enough to take what had been a build that I was interested in but could not sort of execute on my own, and be able to get to a point where I am now, which is, certainly not optimized by a long shot, but vastly better than where I was before. I could still find that fun without having to cross the line of recognizing all the little mistakes in there. It's sort of the imperfect viewer phenomenon. If you walk into a music store and you have, we'll call it an unrefined taste, you just like what you like, and that's good enough. You might talk to somebody who is completely put off by things that no longer bother you at all, because you may be in a position where you came into that store thinking, I'm going to just find a new band or a new piece of music or something like that. And as long as I find that, I'm going to be real happy. Whereas somebody, an informed viewer at that moment might say, but look, you have this opportunity, this moment of interest where you could take it much further. You could be better, not just better than you are, but you could begin to experience something more optimal under the situation. And that's fine. It's not a bad thing by any means, except that as the uninformed viewer, for me, the difference between a fully optimized experience and one that is simply better than the experience I had before is not a huge difference. It doesn't sort of break as much as it would for somebody who understands who sort of is keenly feeling enough in the system that they're working in to recognize the gaps there. It's sort of to some degree the you don't know what you don't know component. If I get this build and it's simply better, I can be like, oh, sweet, I've got a much better build, and now I'm very happy. Even though there may be some ignorance in that. So where I'm going with this is, so where's my current location? Okay, so we'll go this way. Sure, maybe this is something. Where I'm going with this is, as I've been reading increasingly the feedback and the recommendations, even though some of it makes sense to me, there's still lots of it where I almost feel like, I'm having such fun with this build, flaws and all, that as new information comes in, I sort of become less and less moved by it is the wrong way to put it, because then it sounds like I'm saying, don't tell me stuff, I don't care, and that's not it at all. But I'm pretty comfortable with the idea of not being fully optimized and just sort of running through this and taking it as a learning experience and going from there. Taking bits of learning one piece at a time instead of trying to implement big ideas all at once. Can I get through? Yeah, good. Look out for those guys. So there are things like I'll use the continuing to kind of be hooked on spell power as a stat as my build transition to really the SRS build more, which, as I understand it again, that's not a big component or perhaps a component at all for this kind of build. Again, not totally clear to me that where the consensus is and whether it's, whether it is or isn't. But to some degree, for me, the point is somewhat moot. Don't run into these, don't run into that, don't run into this. Hit that switch, run out of the way. I didn't hit the switch. Ah! Stop chopping up my dudes. Okay, maybe get a... Oh, man. Walked right through it. Okay. Nope. No. Okay, I'm going to pay attention. Try and pay attention a bit here. Oh, get that lever. There we go. Get through. Did all my guys... There's nothing here. You stupid... evil game. Alright, where am I going? Looks like I'm still going to want to head south. It's in these. So the point being, there's sort of this good enough component to my experience, where the lack of total optimization, it's sort of like a diminishing returns thing. I feel like I've come so far in learning and understanding a lot of the mechanics of the game that as I discover new things, what I really kind of feel like I want to do is just play with the new systems that I understand, and kind of get those mechanically more proficient, and still accept that there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, well, nope, I didn't get that right. Which, I don't know, it sounds lazy too. I realize that it sounds like a kind of a lazy way to play, of just saying, well, can't get them all, can't win them all, can't get them all right away first time. When really, yeah, I could spend a lot more time, just sort of diving in and realizing things like spell echo would make a huge difference for casting these raging spirits. And I haven't done it yet. I haven't gone and gotten it. Partly because it's like, well, I'll get there eventually, and this already feels fun. And that's the thing, like, that's one of the things, just as a general rule for gaming, that I try to kind of keep myself aware of, is the difference for me, and I realize this isn't the same for everybody, the difference for me between the idea of truly mastering a system very, very quickly, and enjoying the system as I develop an understanding of it. Did I make it? Yes. Oof, that was closer than I wanted it to be. It looks like you can go there. Nope. Ah! Go, go, go. I should be using dash, but dash seems reckless here. Yeah, I should be using dash like that. Have I? No. Have I gone in an area that provides nothing for me? Yes, I have. Just a bunch of chests. Down, maybe? Nope, not down. Is there really... Is this just a side area? A pointless side area? Oh. Yep, just a pointless side area by the look of it. Okay. Cool. Cool job, map. You really got me. Hope you're proud of yourself. So yeah, it's just kind of, in a way, it's just fun for the sake of itself to be in this area, for example. Which, you know, as a new player, I knew there was a thing called ascendancy. I knew there was these things, you know, these areas of sort of trial, but how they all fit together and how they actually led to this sort of whole side mission area. That's new to me. Like, there's still so much of the game that's new. And I think that's part of where I'm going with this, which is this idea. And it's not really, there's no huge point here. It's not going to, nothing's really changing in the way I'm approaching the game. I'm just trying to give sort of a glimpse into the way that I'm thinking about how, what my experience is like. In that, you know, the fact that this exists, I kind of want to experience in the context of the player that I am. For me, when I try to overextend too quickly in perfecting an understanding of a game, I always feel like I missed something in that translation of that, that I've missed giving myself the experience to sort of discover new things and discover them on my own. I talk about a game a lot, and for those of you who are familiar with me from the other GWJ stuff that's out there, the website, the podcast, stuff like that, you'll know this. I don't know what Bane of the Loyal is, but here's a cool thing called Bane of the Loyal. And it said something. What did it say? Next lieutenant you hit will be killed instantly. Okay, oops. Don't hit me. Game EU4 that I just, like, it's probably my most played game of all games that are out there. One of the things I've loved about that game in some ways is that continuing sense of discovering something new, something I didn't already know about the game. And a lot of that just comes from making a mistake, doing something that I'm bad at over and over again, and where I've been game after game after game, time after time after time, been making some sort of, error decision. And that's just been how those games have played out, and I've developed my own sort of mechanics around why that's not a problem for me. This is one of those ones where I just went in here and this doesn't actually further my progress in the maze, did it? No, it did not. But now I have a thing, so that's good. Let's assign these skill points. So I did decide to go down this way because it did have the increased melee damage, which I assume extends to my pets, increased cast and attack speed, which, I also liked. And I want to go down here and get these increased attack and cast speed, movement speed, get those, and get that. And then I think we're going to head down either in... my mana regen feels fine. I think we're going to head down this way. Might pick up this jewel socket, too. Pardon me. All right. And we upgraded that. It's interesting, though, because at the same time, there's so many times where I've had that experience of learning something new that I could have learned before and arguably should have learned before, and feeling like, man, I missed out. I've been missing out this whole time. All these games, I could have been doing X and it would have made all the difference. And yet being able to have that experience in its own way is also really interesting to me. Like, no, I went the wrong way. I should be dashed. This I can dash through. This will probably have to be in 2 parts, I'm imagining, this section through here. Maybe go this way. Don't think I went this way. Yeah. So I'm still going to ask a ton of questions. None of this is actually changing my approach. But I think there is an expectation component here, like, of, you know, what happens. He asked this question. I told him the answer, and he's not doing that answer or not doing it well. Didn't mean I didn't. Doesn't mean like I don't care or anything like that. It may just be something where it's like, okay, I have to pick one of these 6 things I'm going to learn for now. And of those 6 things, here's the one I actually feel like I can wrap my head around. And that it just may be that simple. It may be that, you know, I've got the other stuff sort of to be learned at a date to be determined, or even that I'm just, you know, I'm trying to get it, but I feel like at the moment I'm just not in the right position to do it. And I think it's okay to be comfortable with, for me to be comfortable with that too. Ow, 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 ow. Don't hit me. Okay. Well, we're still holding our own. Nope, 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 nope. I need to be running around a little more. Get some of that. Can I not hit these things to zombie up? Oh, jeez. Why don't you do some damage, buddy? Oof. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So now he runs away. We have to do that 2 more times, right? I think that's right. Cool. And we carry on. So yeah, hopefully that made some sort of sense. Hopefully, I think it's a thing we all experience too. Those moments of discovery, where it's both, you know, humbling to recognize the failure you've been doing, and sort of have to go, oh, you know, I thought I really knew this game, or I thought I understood this mechanic, and now that I've seen this other option in action, has changed everything. But that's a good thing. We shouldn't be running from that. You know, it's one thing if that sort of experience, pardon me, prevents you from enjoying the game. If that block is something that just means, you know, well, I don't understand how this game works, and I find it frustrating, and now I'm not going to do it anymore. Nope, I didn't want to hit that. I wanted to look at the map. I probably need that key. Well, I'll need that key, won't I? Damn. But it's also another thing if you're like, okay, the mechanics of this game that I've learned, the degree to which I understand it is now satisfying enough where even though I still have more to unlock and more to really understand. Oh, crud. It's all bad. That was all bad. Oh my god. This is awful. No, don't just stand in it, you idiot. By you idiot, I do mean me. Ugh, I messed that up. Top to bottom. Tip to toe. But that's okay. That's actually sort of the point of what I'm talking about. Once you've reached a point where you're like, yeah, this is working for me now. This is getting along. And I don't need a lot more than this right now. I don't need to have it be, the ideal experience or the ideal situation, the sort of perfectly optimized system. I can be happy with Plague Mass. I want that. And we have an unlock thing. That's what these mean, right? These are switches, I think. Nope, they're locked doors, but there is a switch. So, locked door switch. Door to the south. Can I get to the south? Let's go around. No, it doesn't. Wait. Maybe over here? That's just in the corner there. So yeah, I'll still ask questions. I'll still be really interested in why things work the way they do. Even if the way I approach that becomes different. Don't get rushed. Take your time. Do it right. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, tried. That was a labyrinthine... Well, yeah, I guess it was a labyrinthine trove. Pretty sure that's... Probably I did not pronounce that correctly. What else do I want here? Anything else? No, not right now. Okay, cool. We got the labyrinthine trove. But I think we're trying to find a key in here? I am grateful my pets aren't just dying to all the traps right away. It would be awful to be trying to navigate this in like every trap room. I'm like, oh, goodbye, all the pets. That's super fun. Max I can kick out of these right now is 9, so... not super great on the casting. No, 11, 12, 13. 13 looks like the most. Ooh, did they go through doors? I didn't realize that. Okay, so key in there. I'm assuming this door is going to be locked here. Kill him. There you go. And him. Yeah, locked door. Looks like I gotta come at it from the south again. Dream mace? That's my dream mace over there. Okay. What's the timing on these? God, what is the timing on these? These don't appear to go up at all. Oh! Ah, oh, crud. Get out of there! Alright. Step back here for a second. Ugh, God, it's like the moment I think I can go, I definitely can't go at that moment. But there, alright, fair enough. Oof. It's ugly. Sorry you had to watch that. This is a golden chest. I don't have a golden key. Doesn't matter, because the golden key's inside. I see what happened there. I get it. I get it. And now we're going to want to leave, right? That is going to allow us to do other things. Yep, okay. I get how this is working now. Sending us back here. And back this way. Just gonna skip some of these if I don't need them right now. Golden door, which I can open. Ha ha ha. I feel very smart. To the estate walkways. It's a silver key in here, apparently. All right. Well, I think we'll pick up there in the next episode. For now, my name, as always, is Sean Sands from Gamers with Jobs. Thank you for joining me for GWJ Learn's Path of Exile, and I will see you again real soon.